Hi guys, this is Determined Gardener here. Lots of people are kind of confused about hydrangeas. They are beautiful shrubs, but they can be difficult to figure out. You are looking at what's called a mophead hydrangea. And if you have blooms now blooming, this is what you have, a mophead hydrangea. How do you prune something like this? Well, the answer is you don't. You don't prune it. Why? It's because it's already setting its blooms. You see all the blooms on the top here and here and here and even down on some of the stems. So if you cut down this hydrangea thinking, oh, I need to prune it, you are going to be losing some of the buds. And I'll show you right here. You can see that small little buds, and they will have all their buds running down the stem, and some of the buds have not formed yet. So the best thing you want to do if you have a hydrangea that is already blooming like this, leave it alone. This is the first time it's actually coming at the tips, which I did not even know. It didn't do that last season. So can you imagine if I just chopped this down? All this would have been gone. So leave it alone. Now, if you look very carefully in the center, you can see some of the new growth. And I'll show you what I'm talking about in my other hydrangea in my garden, which I'm going to show you right there. Right there. See? Okay. Right there. That is a bud for next season. So if you see the buds coming out of the ground, that is not for this season, that is for next season. Here I have, it looks really weird, but I am doing an experiment when it comes to slugs, and you can see one right here. So this is beer, I left it out, and the slug is right inside. So, oh wait, there are two slugs. So if you have problems with slugs, leave some beer out. This is an experiment, and so far, it seems like it's working. But again, back to the hydrangeas. All the hydrangeas, again, mophead hydrangeas forming at the tips, down the stem. This is one that I got from Walmart. It is absolutely beautiful. Look at that, those dark leaves. Now I'm going to show you a hydrangea that is more beginner friendly. This is hydrangea that can be a little confusing for beginners. So again, if you have the buds already forming, don't cut, just leave it alone. The most important thing about hydrangeas is not pruning it, it's where the location is. You want to make sure it is in a nice sunny spot where it gets morning sun and afternoon shade. So I'm going to show you another hydrangea for beginners that's really helpful. Now this one right here, this is a paniculata, right? And the difference is that you don't see any buds, right? It's still brown. And that's because this hydrangea actually blooms on new wood, and the blossoms come out later than the ones you just saw at the mophead. You can see them starting right here, but it's not as big as the mophead variety. And I'm going to show you right here, this one doesn't even have blooms. And the way you can tell from the paniculata, it's shaped like this. So if you have a hydrangea that comes out like this and it's pure white, this is the better hydrangea for you for beginners. Why? Is because this grows on what's called new wood. So you can chop down this baby a third this season and it will grow really high. It will be really good. It will be full. It actually likes to be pruned, unlike the mophead variety, which also likes to be pruned, but you have to know what you're doing. So this one is proof safe. This one is easier when it comes to beginners. So what you will do if you are planning on pruning this, you will make sure you get all inside here, get rid of all these really kind of weak branches and branches that are crossing over, like this one and this one or this one, just to clean it up a bit. But this, again, this hydrangea is so much better than the one, the mophead variety. This one you can put in full sun, and it loves it, but you do have to make sure that you are watering. Now, if you are in those climates that are very dry, Again, you're going to have to water at least 3 times a day because this hydrangea, yes, does like to drink, and it can be in full sun. So again, I hope that helped anybody that is kind of confused on what to do with their hydrangea. Of course, I would love to show you. Maybe I'll just put some photos in there what my hydrangea looked like before. But again, if you are thinking of getting a hydrangea, the best thing you should do is get the limelight hydrangeas. Now the difference with this also, this can't turn pink or blue. The other ones I showed you can. This one is always white, and then it turns lime green, and then it has this like blush pink, but it is still very beautiful, and it's easier to deal with than the mop head varieties. Another thing is, if you are at one of those big box stores and you see these hydrangeas that are on the shelves that are blooming, those are again mop head hydrangeas. Depending on your climate, you may want to keep it indoors until it's really ready to when the weather is a little better. But if you're in a warmer climate, you can put it in the ground. But I wouldn't recommend getting those because it seems like those are not as hardy. And when I say hardy, they're not as strong as the ones that you get later in the season. So again, I think those are really just for Easter or for the holidays. They're really not for the summer. And on top of that, I think they grow them in the greenhouse, and I haven't had much luck. So if you're going to get a hydrangea, wait until the season, wait until it's actually in season, and most of the hydrangeas will be in season in the next couple of weeks. If you got any good information from this video, and I know you did, come on now, give me that thumbs up and like this video and share it with your family and friends. In a later video, I will be showing you exactly how to prune this because I have one in my backyard, and I plan to make it into a V because this can be all nice and round, but I want to give it some type of structure. So again, thank you so much for joining me here on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Again, happy gardening, everyone. Bye-bye.